And the idea was that every chart, the 5-minute chart, the 1-minute chart, the daily chart, every chart has landmarks. And if you're able to spot these landmarks, I'm going to expand on this in a second. If you're able to spot these landmarks, you can estimate to which of these landmarks price will be attracted to, drawn to. Once you know this, once you're able to do this, you can create your trade setups. All right, so this was the fundamental idea. But of course now, how do we know what these landmarks are? Well, it is not easy, I tell you that, because charts typically are quite unpredictable. Look at this chart here. Imagine you're here in point in time at this level here. Price has been moving upwards for a while, setting higher lows and higher highs. And you may think, if you're here in point of time here, that price is going to continue further upwards. But as so often, no, price will not do this. In fact, it will move downwards instead. And then you're in a downtrend, which then suddenly again reverses to an uptrend. So seemingly, price action and charts are unpredictable. And this is particularly true when you consider these smaller time frames. At the 5-minute chart, look at this, how erratic this looks like. And it is very hard to make sense of it. Even if you're a day trader, looking at a chart like this, it is basically impossible to tell what is going to happen next. It's very erratic. But you know what? Once you zoom out, once you increase your time frame, let's go to the let's say to the 4-hour chart, things will become a bit clearer. And please keep this in mind, because one of the fundamental features of what I'm going to show you is based on this phenomena, that once you zoom out the time frame, things tend to become a bit clearer. We're going to use this to our advantage. All right, so moving on. Now, I mentioned before that every chart has landmarks. And these landmarks can be created in various ways. For example, one landmark could be created by a price making an all-time high, like a historical high. You can see it here. This could be a landmark. A landmark could also be created by price making multiple bottoms or lower pivot points. One here, another one here. So these landmarks can be created in various ways, but they have one thing in common. They are attracting price, meaning price will revisit these previously created landmarks in the future. Okay, this historical high will then be revisited later on in the future. Same for these this landmark here, which was created by these multiple lows. It is revisited in the future. And this is one fundamental idea of what I'm going to show you. Let's expand a bit more on this concept of landmarks, because these landmarks are not magically just appearing at certain price levels. In fact, these landmarks represent what traders typically call support if they're at the lower end, or resistance if they are at the higher end. Now, why are these areas there? Why are these zones there? Well, from a fundamental point of view, they are created by excess supply. Sorry. So excess supply means that there's more supply than demand, which will prevent price from moving higher. And we call this typically resistance. And vice versa, if there is excess demand, this will, more demand than supply, this will prevent price from moving lower, and we create a support level. Now, how do we get this excess supply and demand? Well, this is where the big players come in. The big orders are coming in at these levels. For example, at the support level here, we can observe by looking at volume and the price chart that these are the levels where big money buy orders are stepping in. Block orders are stepping in here, preventing price from moving further. Same for the upside. At the resistance levels, big block sell orders are coming in at these pivot points, preventing price once again from moving further high. Instead, price will drop. Now, Who is responsible for these big block orders? What do you think? Well, it's the culprits, the big players out there, the institutions, the whales. They are capable of creating these big orders which makes price turn, in fact. Now, so these big culprits will be calling the shots. They are responsible for creating these levels. But what we can do as retail traders, we can recognize these levels and follow the patterns and create trades around that. We know these levels exist. We can create them, but we can create trades that are based on these levels. And this is what this presentation is all about.